Damn, Carson.
Hey, once again, it's your host, Almighty Khan. Also go as Lord Zaire. You know, name of the podcast is, like I said, we do everything godly, even if it hurts. You know, Mighty Words. So we got Mighty Words, episode 3. Actually, the first one was an introduction, so we kind of call this 2.5 or whatever. But you know, we always talking about relationships. We always get into the science of relationships. But now we about to talk about a little bit more topic, because the 3 different things we're gonna name are in relationships. And that's what's the difference between a woman, a bitch, and a hoe. And I couldn't have nobody better to speak on that with me than my brother from Los Angeles, California, South Central, man. You know, Harlem, what up? Scooty Low.
What's the deal, baby? My baby,
Yeah,
hey.
we blessed.
Love you,
We
bro.
blessed,
you
man.
know.
Love you too, man.
Hey,
And
man, you know I'm usually behind the scenes, nigga. But today, you know, you kind of
yeah,
got me on camera
you
today.
usually are behind the scenes.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So for you to step out, you know, you a man of many layers. So for you to step out and really get in camera with me and talk about this subject that a lot of people gonna be hurt about, it's gonna hurt a lot of feelings. But hey, like I said, in order to heal, you gotta feel,
Hey, man,
and you gotta hurt.
I'm ready to
So-
do that today. Come on.
So like I said, School, when I told you about the topic, I said, man, we're gonna talk about what's the difference between a woman, a bitch, and a hoe.
And then I started thinking about all the
All
women
this
in my
shit.
life.
So School, so let me ask you first off, man, just give the people an introduction to who you are, what you about before we get into it,
All right.
what you represent.
All right,
Let them
bet.
know, man,
All right.
first off who you are, what you about, what you represent, man.
I'm Scooty, School Loco, whatever you want to call me. I'm the fattest, flyest nigga you ever see. You feel me? But I'm also, you know, I'm from South Central, LA. You know what I'm saying? I come up out them 30s, you know. But you know, besides that, I'm a real player out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? I got a solid name out here, and nigga,
Absolutely.
I keep it super solid with me.
Absolutely. And also one thing I like to touch on, because like I said, this is something we always do. He's a great father too. So the brothers I hang around, they great fathers. So I gotta give my brother as a great father. I done seen it, you know, how he grow and develop with his beautiful daughter, you know. So man, he's a great father too. So that's why I said he a man of many layers. So don't get it
appreciate
confused.
that. I
So
appreciate that.
you
Thank
know,
you.
that's real.
I
So
appreciate
you
that.
always gotta acknowledge the black fathers, black brotherhood, you know, fatherhood. Shout out Sean August, we'll be doing LA. So Scooty,
Yeah,
first
shout
off,
out, bro. Shout out, bro.
Shout out, bro.
Bro on
You
this
know,
shit.
he
I be
on this
seeing
shit.
him. I
So-
be watching. Yeah.
So School, so first off, man, why is this topic so intriguing to you?
Cause all 3 can be one.
All
So,
3 can be one. That's
so a
heavy.
female can be a woman, a bitch, and a hoe all in one. You feel me? So we're gonna start off here. So we're gonna start off with, let's just start off with woman. All right. So for me, a woman is someone who takes care of the house, make sure her man's straight. You know what I'm saying? If she's supposed to work, if she's not supposed to work, she's submissive. She's fine. She's fit. You know what I'm saying? She makes sure
Submissive,
that
fine, and fit.
she makes sure that her man is straight at the house, cooks, cleans, all that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what a woman is to me. So when I think about that, I think about my grandma. I think about like,
The essence.
yes, I think about that. You know what I'm saying? And right now, to me, we not getting that out these women.
Ooh, what we getting? What we getting?
We getting ass shaking and hoe spinning around and yeah, come on, stop playing. You know, bro.
He
you
not
and-
lying, y'all.
You and I
He
both
not
know what's
lying.
going on. Listen, bro. We talking about the essence of like the 40s, the 50s, the 60s.
Right.
Women were raised different.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Especially in our community, the black
100%.
community. Absolutely.
my grandmother was a joint. You know what I'm saying? Civil rights, everything. Made sure everything was straight. Made sure, you know, make sure she took care of what was to be taken care of at the house. So it's like, you know, you get out here now, you looking for something, bitch expect something out of you. You feel me? So it's like either you gon' conform to the rules of the streets now, or you gonna get left behind?
Now, something you said, a key word was looking. Now, is that the problem to why a lot of these guys may run into these issues, that you go looking instead of letting it happen organically? Talk to me on that.
100%. Me personally, bro, I personally feel like when you look for it, you're gonna receive. You know, when it organically happens, it's you know, it can either work in your favor or against your favor. You know what I'm saying? But when you see something that you want, you need to go approach that and make sure that that's what it is. So that's how I feel, you know.
So now you was touching on some key points, like you were saying women. So continue to break down in your definition of what a woman is. So you was talking about the 40s, the 50s, the upbringing, and now in this day and age, man, you don't see women. You see a lot of a shell of women now.
Okay, don't get me wrong. Some of them are raised on those principles that women were raised on around that time.
Right.
But most of them come from two-parent households. They come from the South. Some of them come from the West, don't get me wrong, but it's harder to find them in the West. Now, for me, I was in the South a lot. So I saw both ends of the stick.
Right.
But at the end of the day, what I'm gonna say is that I ran into more bitches and hoes than I did women. You feel me? So with that being said, like, you know, they are teaching these women independent factors now. And that's what now we're seeing when it comes to women. Like independence. You don't need no man. You don't need this. You don't need that. When really, ultimately, the two together equals finance. It equals building wealth.
Success.
It equals success, bro.
Absolutely. And it's good that you touched on that, because I was just on God Talk with my brother Sean August, and I was talking about that because he said, what is a boss bitch? And I broke that down and I said, women who have been hurt and done wrong by men. Because I'm a firm believer, like the messenger always said, Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that a no good woman was first done no good by a no good man.
So you asking me what's a boss bitch to me? Or what do
Yeah,
I
let's
see?
get into that. What's a boss bitch? Because it's different factions of a bitch. You got a stuck-up bitch, you got a boss bitch. So what is that? What is a boss bitch to you? And then you go into what is a bitch.
All right. A boss bitch to me is someone who assumes she's an entrepreneur, you know, who assumes that she has all her shit together when 9 times out of 10 she learned it from a man. And so we can, you know, I could get deeper into that. We fuck it, we gonna get deeper into that.
Get deep. Fuck it.
Y'all
better have the life jackets on now, because we about to swim.
I know some
Pacific Ocean.
I know some so-called boss bitches.
Okay.
But how they attained their boss status has been through a man. Okay? And so for me, it's kind of like you weren't that without him. And you use certain aspects of yourself to get to where you are. Now, I'm not gonna put nothing past women. Women are smart. Women are educated,
crafty.
They are very strategic. I would rather, in certain cases, work with women more than men. You know?
I agree.
Okay, so what I'm saying is at the end of the day, what I need from them is to make sure that when they say boss, they say boss too behind me also showed me what the deal is. You feel me? So that's just how I feel personally, bro. I will bring up a scenario right now. I know someone who has a business. I'm not gonna say what type of business. But she says that she built it from the ground up. Not knowing that I know personally, bitch, you was selling pussy to get that business. And then
she had that price tag.
And then he fronted you the money to start that business.
But gives the other guy no credit.
No credit.
The one who really
Right.
put her in position.
And the only reason why he's still making sure she's straight because she knew to solidify her position and have that baby.
That's heavy. That's heavy because it's something I never thought about. We don't think about women getting their game and where they bravado and all that, because a lot of women sometimes want to be men and want to switch the roles of being men, just like now some men want to be women. So just to see that and how you broke it down, I never looked at it that way.
So not to cut you off, bro. Now her business is super successful now, right? But he also had a wife and a whole nother family.
Okay, yeah. He had
right?
he had the shit going on.
Right.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. So for me, it was kind of like, I really know you. Why are you faking this for the world?
Why you faking the fun?
I'm not saying tell the world what happened or how you did this, but I'm saying just know you didn't do it on your own. That's all I'm saying. So
y'all better start giving brothers they credit, 100%. Man, for putting y'all in position. For real.
100%.
For real. And a lot of women that's put men in position too. So it take teamwork. At the end of the day, in life, everything is about plays and positions. You got to know what play to run, and you got to know what position you play to execute it. So
for that, I kind of when they start talking about bossy, I'm this, I'm that, whatever. One thing that I do admire, is how Keisha Kaur nigga made sure Gucci Mane was straight while bro was in jail.
Right.
You feel me? Now that's a boss. She admits she took bro money, built up her company, built up her business, and let it be known that this is how I did this.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
She get bro his props, and then ultimately, now they married, they got a kid, regardless of the extra shit that they got going on.
Yeah.
But it was
real.
like this is how this went, and I made sure that I'm building a foundation.
Foundation is everything. Now, okay, so you touch into a boss. Now, what is a bitch?
A bitch is a bitch who's a bitch who's a bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man.
A woman who's a bitch who's a bitch who's a bitch.
Man. Hey, man, shout out to them bitches, man.
Shout out to the bitches.
A bitch is a side bitch, bro. She's a bitch who's gonna pull up, fuck some, suck some, and dip. You feel me? She also gonna say, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. You hear me? Mm-hmm. That's a bitch, bro. You feel me? Like, she just trying to live her life, fuck
So she
some.
trying to live it fast. That's what you say a bitch is to you? A woman who wants to live a fast type of life, or kind of what?
Just promiscuous. Is
every bitch promiscuous?
Every bitch that I dealt with.
Ooh, okay. It's all about how you run your program. Okay.
That's it,
But in general, from you seen and everything, would you say everyone?
No.
Okay.
I have homies that dealt with bitches that are like, they are here for, they're here to support, they're here to do certain things, aspects of people's lives, and then once their time is gone, it's over with. You know what I'm saying?
Once their time is gone, it's over with.
Yeah, they know that the aspect of their, how could I put it? The aspect of their
relationship.
Yes.
Okay. Like I said,
it's ran its course. It's ran its course.
Okay.
So for me, that's kind of like how I'm seeing a lot of shit right now. It's a lot of bitches in the world right now. Shout out to all the bitches.
So a bitch is really so the viewers can know, a bitch is a female
who's gonna come in your life, fuck you, suck you, create a lifestyle for you that's just what it is and what you guys both aspect.
More convenient.
A convenient lifestyle. And then from there, it's gonna be just sex or whatever y'all got going on. You know what I'm saying?
Now, what is a hoe? What is a hoe?
A hoe to me is a 10 toes down street walking bitch. You hear me? She was once a bitch, but that man got in her ear. That nigga got in that bitch ear and made sure that she was ready to get this paper. I was raised around pimps.
Absolutely.
Rest in peace, Uncle Doobie. I love you, nigga. You my dog for life. You know that.
Rest
you
in
know,
peace.
Real 10-toe nigga
Right.
pimped on his deathbed. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
I heard the story.
Nigga pimped on his deathbed. So for me, it's kind of like,
Real pimp.
yeah, bro. Nigga never did no digital. That's internet playing. All his bitches were streetwalkers, real money getters. Yeah, and they brought that bag back home. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about him that I never take from him, and this is something that I learned. He told me, he said, he said, nephew, I understand you got a girlfriend right now. I said, yeah, I got a girlfriend. He said, but you're not a pimp. I said, I know, I'm a hustler. He said, okay, cool. He said, I'm glad that you know that. I said, all right, He said, if the bitch left her mama, she'll leave you too. I said, damn.
That's heavy.
I said, well, what do you mean?
Her mama, she'll leave you.
I literally asked him, I said, what do you mean? And he literally told me, he said, nephew, he said, I've had over 1,000 bitches. How many do you see here today? I said, you got 6 bitches sitting here. He said, what does that tell you? 6% of my bitches stayed. So for me, it was kind of like, damn.
That's heavy. Don't let that go over your head and under your feet.
I said, damn. So we talked a little more about, certain things, certain aspects. And he was like, I need you to get home to your woman, the girl that you love, everything, because I was at his spot. And so
that's real shit.
I fought it. I'm like, all right, bet. Fuck it. I'm going to go home. I get home, we arguing and shit. And I'm like, I'm finna go fuck with Unc again tomorrow. Right. Like, man, I need some good game.
Right, I need that.
Yeah. And so I went back the next day. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm arguing with her because I tell her I'm back there. He said, nephew, you arguing with her like that's your hoe.
He said this about your lady.
Yes, about the woman at that time.
Okay, your woman who's your
yes,
okay.
Who is the mother of my child.
Okay.
And he was like, you arguing with her like that's your hoe. He said, let me explain something to you. He said, nephew, and I'm gonna look in this camera so you know. He said, nephew, he said, if that's your hoe, she's fair game. You might as well bring her over.
Woo! Ain't no rules with that pimping. He seen something though.
That nigga woke my game up right then and there. Like, okay, I need to take a step back and reanalyze how I'm talking to this so-called woman that I'm calling a woman at this time. So, yeah, that was kind of like a wake-up call for me because I'm sitting up under these people that I look up to, that I admire, everything, and like I'm taking on some traits from them because I think it's cool, but it's ultimately not cool for what program I'm actually running at the house. And so, yeah, that changed me that day. I tightened up.
It
that
changed
day.
your whole
Yeah,
perspective
I tightened
on
up.
how to handle with females, how to talk to them, whether it's in public or, you know what I'm saying? Because he was really peeping at you. Never know who could be watching and be like, okay, what's going on? See vulnerability there or see some type of weakness. So, yeah, that was real.
When it comes to pimping and hoeing, and when it comes to hoeing, as we're talking about the aspect of this, I got a lot of homies that call themselves pimps, and they have hoes, but a lot of them play the internet. You know what I'm saying? And from my aspect of it is, if that internet goes down tomorrow, how you gonna make some money? So for me, it's kind of like a hoe is a real stomp down bitch. She should be able to jump off the plane and get a trick. She should be able to go to that corner store and get a trick. She should be able to walk that track and get a trick. You feel me? So, and that's just from what I watched and from what I seen from the aspects of my life. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't respect a lot of this new school pimping because I come from a game of old school pimping. You know what I'm saying? And not me personally pimping, just what I saw, what I watched, and how I was raised. Unc used to come to Thanksgiving with like 6-7 bitches. You know what I'm saying? And him coming to Thanksgiving with 6-7 bitches, bitches is feeding them, fixing his plate. You know what I'm saying?
Playing their position.
They playing their position, and you could just tell, like, this was a little different. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is,